All right, we've got cool new special limited editions from Fender featuring roasted maple necks. We're going to tell you all about them, so stick around. Hey, you're watching Alamo Music TV. My name is Chris McKee.
And I'm Cooper Greenberg.
We're here with Alamo Music in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos. If you want to support the channel, visit our spring store. Link below for custom swag and check out our podcast. It's called the Fretboard Confessional, wherever you get your podcasts. So cool. Are these FSRs?
These are FSRs.
So Fender special release.
FSR, well, first of all, are these just for independent dealers?
Who knows?
Because I got an email that said FSR independent dealers, and I thought it stood for Fender Still Remembers Independent Dealers.
Ouch! Zing.
Got ya.
Ah, I like it. We're leaving that in.
Leaving it in factory special run.
Factory special run. There you go. So I like FSRs. It's pretty cool. Usually, a lot of it's limited to like a special color, and that can be cool. We had an Oxblood Tele that I really liked.
We have another Oxblood Tele right now.
There you go. AlamoMusic.com. Oxblood Telecaster, which may or may not be exclusive to independent dealers. What is an indie dealer? I don't know. Anyway.
Well, it depends on if it's Tier 1A or...
So it turns out indie dealer is not owned by the Illuminati. You heard it here. So, so these are for independent dealers, maybe, but they are Fender Special Run Pro 2s. And we've got a Telecaster and a Stratocaster because, let's face it, for most of the guitar buying public, those are the only two electric guitars that exist.
I'd love to see an FSR Jazzmaster like these, but...
A what?
An FSR?
Jazzmaster.
Oh, yeah.
Teles and Stratsman.
The FSR Jazz, because Fender still remembers the Jazzmaster.
And the Jaguar occasionally.
Oh, yeah, some days. So, yeah, like Chris said, usually FSRs, we get like a cool color. Mm-hmm. But on this one, I think they hit like the three most important things.
Color.
No.
Body.
Yes.
Neck.
I was going to say body.
Pickup?
Body, neck, pickup.
Yeah, those are important.
Those are good for me.
Yeah.
I mean, some guy out there is going to be like, they didn't put the lock and tuners on there.
It's because it's a Pro 2.
It's Pro 2.
You got to step up to an Ultra, you know. Just like Fender's doing kind of what Apple does, right? You buy this expensive computer, but if you want this processor, it comes with this much, memory, and you got to buy this. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, no, it's very cool.
They're
it's feature-rich. And the return of Ash, which I love. So, spoiler alert, these are both Ash bodies.
Ash bodies.
Welcome back, Ash. We've missed you. So,
Ash, Strat, Ash Tele, Butterscotch, Sunburst, and custom shop pickups and roasted necks.
That's the video. Thank you, guys.
And I will say, like you think about, you can go mod shop, put those features on, probably would cost a little bit more than these. If you want an Ash body with non-noiseless pickups, it's going to be not super easy to find. I guess some of the American Vintage 2s, you could go that route, but more expensive.
That's what's happened. So, when Fender made an announcement that due to supply and availability of materials, they were restricting the Ash bodies. I thought initially that would just be kind of on Vintera or stuff made in Mexico, but it stretched into the Pro line. And as a replacement, they've had like roasted pine, which is cool. It's different, but it's very cool. And then the only place you could find an Ash body was outside of the custom shop. It was an American Vintage.
Yeah.
So nice to see that back, particularly on a Butterscotch Tele. For me, give me my Tele in Butterscotch Blonde with an Ash body. And spoiler, that's exactly what I bought, in case anyone was curious.
He loves the blondes with the good old Ash. Every Ash video, there's got to be one of them Sean Connery pronunciations. So, roasted neck. Why do you like a roasted neck?
Well, roasted neck is kind of a premium modern feature now. A lot of other really high-end builders have been using it. It's similar to what we talk about when it comes to acoustic guitars of like torrefaction. Torrefaction makes wood more stable and lighter, similar to what would happen with time. A similar thing is happening here by roasting the neck. So yes, it changes the appearance, but what it's doing is it's making the wood, the maple in this particular case, lighter and stiffer and more stable. And it's basically going to feel great and respond better. And it's really good in this particular case. We could get all geeky about it, but when a neck is typically finished, I often wonder, how much aging is able to happen because of the finish kind of encapsulating it at that point. So, a builder, if they're a good builder, they've done everything they could to dry it out up to that point, but there's a thing that happens naturally anyway. This helps to kind of further that along, and the result is a really fast feeling and playing stable neck.
Yeah, on a guitar that's super light.
This one is really light.
And this one is not as light as that one, but it's light for a Strat. You know, it's feeling good. So yeah, I think roasted neck, it looks great, especially with that stripe down the, just the coloration. I really dig it. I especially like it on this guitar. Now that's two color,
It's
right?
2 colors, not 3 color.
Yeah, and I said it, now I'm looking at it, and it's whatever. So 2 color, single ply, which is cool. This gives kind of the 50s vibe.
Almost like a 54 Strat,
Yeah, just in time. But yeah, I think roasted neck works really well with this. I like the aged, on the pickup covers and the, and then in terms of the feel of the neck and the kind of smaller contour back here on the Pro 2, I think in the store we often just talk about Pro 2s being sort of the perfect way to go, for pretty much anybody.
It's the flagship for a reason, yeah.
It's fantastic feeling necks. One thing I love about the Pro 2s is the VMod 2 pickups. These have custom shop pickups that I think, yes, the name itself, it's kind of like this flashy deal of like, oh, I got custom shop pickups. But they sound really, really good for what both of these guitars are supposed to be. So that's got the 51 Nocaster pickups, which we see in a ton of the custom shops that we get in.
It's a very popular pickup because even though it's a custom shop Nocaster, it's got a lot of bite and bark to it. So you can push. A lot of people like it's Tele's Jekyll and Hyde. That small single coil pickup at the neck can be incredibly warm, but this is basically almost like a humbucker.
Yeah.
It's just not bucking any hum. You know what I mean? It's a very present, loud, bright pickup that will push an amp and give you all the soaring highs of any solo you could possibly want.
The thing is, though, playing this one, it's not. That's one thing I noticed with some of the custom shop stuff, especially these pickups. It's everything you're saying without being shrill.
Right. It's rounded.
Yeah.
It's like nice.
Yeah, which is super important because sometimes you get a Tele that looks really good, feels really good, and it's got such a sharp bridge pickup that you've got to do so much EQ with the amp.
Ice picky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since they're Pro 2s, you were just messing with the push-push. It's got the same switching as the normal Pro 2, so...
Which gives you
go
parallel
series.
or series, and that is like a secret weapon because...
Talk about humbucker.
It is. It's basically like a wide-range humbucker. It's such a chunky lead sound on these guitars when you go in series like that. And I still dig this kind of design, the partial ashtray bridge with the compensated brass saddles.
Yep.
This is cool.
And then over here, these are the Custom Shop Texas Special pickups, also push there. So on the Strat, we've said it ad nauseum on the channel, but positions 1 and 2, you're adding the neck pickup in, so you get some of the,
So if you're taking notes at home, position 2 with that in the up position is all 3 pickups.
All 3 pickups, which sounds so unmistakably Strat, but different because you don't usually get that. So it's like the perfect kind of every bit of your favorite positions on here. You get a little bit of everything.
It's literally it's position 2 and 4 at the same time, which is
it's awesome.
Kind of weird.
So you get the quackiness, but kind of a
thicker,
fuller, thickness, and then
thick quack. It's a fat duck. Okay.
And then you can go Tele style. When you're in position 1, you get the 2 outers, which not usually an option unless you got the switching. That's another reason why we like the Pro 2s is because the switching is simple, but they're usable sounds. It's not anything superfluous. But good guitars, upgrades on the body, which is funny because we can't use ash, but now we can use rosewood on the Vintera series. So who knows what's going on in the wood world. But you got the roasted necks, ash bodies, custom shop pickups. They feel good, they sound good. Take a listen.
So there you have it, just in time for the holidays, depending upon when this video comes out. These are very cool FSRs. I will be honest, actually, from a personal anecdote. I did recently buy myself a new Tele. I owed myself a new Tele.
Tell them what you got.
I got the American Vintage 51. Okay, I don't care what's under the nitro. That's
Top
a really
of the
cool
line.
guitar.
Yeah, there we go. Shots are being fired in this one.
That's a great guitar, and I did kind of obsess. We have some cool custom shops and stop right now, and I went back and forth. And and if you watch any of our videos, we are like you. I was deep diving into every YouTube video. I was rewatching our own videos. I was, comparing stock in the store and trying a few different out. And then I was like, okay, it's going to be this. I've made my decision. If that had come in, it might have ended up in that.
In the rotation.
I might have still ended up going with that, but that is a really cool guitar. And I'm shocked at how light it is.
Yeah, it feels great. Now, I think I like the one that you chose because I love that neck.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite. That's my favorite part about that guitar because it's so substantial and everything. A lot of people can't get into that,
Right.
And I think the Pro 2, for everything that Fender releases and then discontinues and revamps and everything, they've absolutely nailed the neck on the American Pro 2. It's the same exact thing that you'd get on a normal one that's, just a normal maple neck. But with the roasted and that satin, it's so smooth, not
Feels so
sticky
great.
at all, just fat enough to where you feel something in your hands, but plenty thin to where it's fast and everything. I think that neck, what they've done on these guitars is kind of the unsung hero of them. The look is great, the pickups are great, but I think the neck is what makes people decide when they come in the store and they're like, all right, it's got to be that one. So it's cool that it's the same shape, just kind of an upgraded wood, and pickups sound great. I dig them. They're nice.
Very cool. I'm excited. I dig this too. These are just both very classic takes on two fundamentally amazing guitars. There's a reason that these have been in production, without fail for all of these decades, and it's because Leo kind of nailed the formula. And you can tweak it, but at the end of the day, that recipe's there. And I like the tweaks that they've done here. I think it makes for a fantastic guitar.
Not to mention that ash is nice looking on that one.
It's a really nice grain on this guitar. And, it's funny because I often grab these and go, okay, where's the seam? Are they 2-piece? Are they 3-piece? And I'm going to go with this is a 2-piece, which is usually reserved for the higher end stuff.
What about that?
Yeah, it's hard to say.
Is that an off-center seam?
Yeah, usually it's off-center. I think it's right there. I think the seam's right there. And the same thing with this. It's an off-center seam, which is typical, but that means, 2-piece. Now, higher-end stuff might be 2-piece book matched, but even that varies.
I mean, it's just, it's like why do you care about book match on an electric when the grain is that nice and it's so interesting?
It's
and
so
cool?
good looking.
Yeah. So they did a good job with these. Since they're FSR, they're not going to be a standard addition to the lineup. But luckily, when these were announced, which was months and months ago, we did get a pretty all right chunk of them. So we got the 2 that you see here, and then we got some more at our North Side store and our warehouse. They'll be on the website, and if you want to check them out, we'll have them until we can't get them anymore.
That website is?
alamomusic.com.
And that Northside store is Chris's domain.
1530 Babcock Road. And, just good selection. Both places right now. We have a lot of good stuff, and I'm excited because finally, coincidentally, it's the end of the year. People are shipping us all the things we've been waiting on. It's almost like they wanted to get it.
It's almost like they
out.
don't want it on their books and they don't want to be taxed on it. It's a funny thing. And neither do we, so give us a call. And,
Yeah. And it works for us because we've been waiting for this for so long, and it's almost like you start forgetting about stuff. And
True.
then
And
you get
then
a
it
pleasant
shows
surprise.
up. It's like,
yeah.
oh, I forgot we'd ordered that.
Because
so long
Fender
ago.
still remembers, right? The North remembers, and Alamo Music remembers that we're here to help you find a good guitar. All right.
Remember the Alamo music. So cool. So if you want information, like we said, go to our website and check these out. If you are new to our channel and you like Strats, Teles, acoustic guitars, and whatnot, and witty banter, make sure that you subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos, and keep coming back for more from these independent music dealers. We'll see you next time.